Good morning, student of class 4. I am your computer teacher Sunjit sir. Hope you all are fine. This is my first video and today I am going to start chapter number 1, computer storage and memory device. Okay, computer storage and memory device. So let's start. This is the content of this chapter. In this chapter we will learn about data and information, data storage unit basics, facts, internal and external memory, primary and secondary storage device. But today I am going to discuss about data versus information and data storage unit basis fact. Okay, these two topics I am going to discuss in this video. So let's move on to the topic. So these days the concept of cloud storage is gaining popularity. In cloud storage, data is maintained and managed over the internet rather than on the hard disks, CD and pen drives. We all know that the storage devices are hard disks, CD and pen drives, but nowadays the data can also stored in the internet, which is called cloud storage. Okay, the cloud storage convenient as the file stored in the cloud can be accessed through the internet anywhere and anytime. Okay, that means uh, by using the internet we can access our data anywhere and anytime. Okay, this is the main features of cloud storage. And cloud storage providers such as Dropbox, OneDrive, Google Drive are very popular nowadays, and because they are free storage space, that means these are the example of cloud storage drives: Dropbox, OneDrive and Google Drive. Okay, and it is basically free of cost. Okay, free of cost and free storage space. Okay, now what is data? We all know that computer is an electronic device. Okay, computer is an electronic device and it works according to the instruction was given by the user. Okay, that means we give instruction to the computer in form of data. Okay, data, and the computers process the data and generate a specific result. Okay, so it is the ability to accept data in form of raw facts and figures such as number, characters or other symbols. That means the data is a form of raw facts and figures. Okay, number, characters and other symbol. The data in its own has no meaning. It becomes meaningful only after processing by the computer. Okay, after processing the data becomes meaningful. Okay, the processed data which has a proper meaning is called information. Okay, then that means when the data gets meaningful, then it is called a information. Okay, now data plus meaning is equal to information, and here you can see a table is here. And what is data? Marks obtained by a student in 5 subject each, this is called data. And percentage of marks can be calculated by dividing the total marks by 5. This is an example of information. Similarly, price of a product and quantity of a product is called is an example of a data. And total cost can be calculated by multiplying the prices and quantity of the product is called example of a information. Okay, so next is IPO cycle. IPO cycle means input, processing and then output. Okay, the input devices are used to enter data which is processed by the central processing unit, CPU. We all know that we give instruction to the computer in the form of data. Okay, and we use to input data by using input devices like keyboard, mouse, etc. Okay, so input devices are used to enter data which is in the processed by the central processing unit. The processed information can then be displayed or printed using the output devices. Output devices are printer, monitor, etc., speaker, etc. Okay, the following diagram depicts the relationship between the data and information. First is input. Input means we give instruction to the computer. This is called input. Next, the computer will process the data, is called processing. Next, output. The computer will generate a desired result. This is called output. Okay, so this is the main relationship between input, processing, and output. Next is a computer needs the memory to store data and instructions that are used during the processing. It also needs memory to store processed output. In this chapter, we will learn about the computer memory. Okay, so we all know that computer can store huge amount of data and also needs some memory during process. Okay, process the data. Okay, so now I am going to discuss about the units of memory. Okay, so there are various units such as gram and kilogram for measuring the weight, and meter and kilometer are measuring the distance. Similarly, there are units of measuring the computer memory. Okay, so a computer, this is very important. Okay, a computer is an electronic machine and can understand only two states, on and off. On means represented by 1 and off means represented by 0. These are the binary numbers 1 and 0. The computer only understands 0 and 1. Okay, the language of zeros and ones understood by the computer is known as binary language. The data is stored in the computer memory in the form of 0 and 1s, which called the bits or binary digits. Bit is the smallest unit measuring on the computer memory. That means bit is the smallest unit. Okay, smallest units of computer memory. The capacity of a computer memory can also be expressed in the terms of bytes. Combination of 8 bytes makes over and 1 byte. There are other bigger units measuring memory. Here you can see the list of units of measurement. First is byte. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. We all know that 1 bits is the smallest unit of a computer memory. Okay, now bytes, 1 bytes is equal to 8 bits. Kilobyte, 1 kilobyte or 1 kb is equal to 1024 bytes. Next is megabyte, 1024 kb. Okay, so this is the table of unit of measuring computer memory, and all of you have to learn this table. Okay, so I hope that all of you understand today's topic, but all of you need to read this chapter very carefully. Okay, so today I am ending my discussion here. In my next video I will discuss the other parts of this chapter. Okay, so till then, take care, goodbye, and thank you.